So as you can see, this is the Jade Emperor. Okay, this is a statue of the Jade Emperor, and they are very, very expensive. And today what I would like to do is demonstrate how you burn ancestor money. The ancestor money, this is a $5 billion bill, and what you do is you can burn up to 3 or 4 at a time. I have 2. You take the ancestor money. It's already ritualized, if you will, and you hold it in your left hand and you simply burn it with the right. Okay? Because the eyes are the window to the soul, you're going to watch it burn and hold the receptacle underneath. You watch it burn. You offer a prayer to your ancestors. You ask that they receive the ancestor money in their world. When it gets too close to your hand, you simply drop it into the container. Watch it burn. Continue to watch it burn until it is completely consumed by the spirit of the fire. And you are sending the energy of the ancestor money through the gates of your eyes. If you see that the flame is green, that is the spirit of the Jade Emperor. Okay, don't be freaked out. It's very, very normal. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I call the big gun. This is a $10 quadrillion bill. It's huge. Now, when you burn it, it has to be folded in sections of 3. Fold it again, like this. And then you flap it. Always fold it towards you. You flap it this way. And you hold it like so. And you want to call out the names of all of your ancestors that you know. I do it all the time. I have it by heart, and when you name your ancestors by name, you're sending more of the energy directly to them. For the ancestors that you don't know, you simply say, for ancestors known and unknown, they will still get the benefit of the ancestor money. You take it, hold it with your left hand, and you burn it with this hand. You watch it burn. Okay? Do not take your eyes off of the ancestor money. Make sure that everything around you is safe and non-flammable. You want to be safe when you are performing this ritual. Okay? And when it gets about here, you can release it into your receptacle. You're going to watch it burn until it is finished. Okay? It's very, very simple. This takes less than 1 minute. But that 1 minute that you spend performing this ritual will bring you many, many blessings and a lot of power. Okay? So, this is how you burn the ancestor money. There are many things that you can do with the ashes. But for now, I would just say you can take the ashes and save them. Don't waste the energy of the ashes. You can save them, and I will do another discourse on what it is that you can do with the ashes. All right. So, this is the Jade Emperor. These are the Jade Emperor candles. The Jade Emperor is also wearing a cosmic beacon. And you can see that he has the stones of power all around him. And we're going to get into some of the other things, but I wanted to give you that quick demonstration, and it's really that simple. All right? I want to go into the layout of ancestor money. There are many people that are put off by a few things that are written on the ancestor money, and I want to go into that today. Let's start off with the Jade Emperor. The Jade Emperor is an Asian deity. It's a Chinese deity. There are many people that don't understand why they don't see a black man on the Ancestor Money, or a white man, or a Puerto Rican man. We must get beyond the fear of not seeing ourselves on a modality that was not created by us. The fact is that the Jade Emperor is beyond, in his exalted state, he is beyond the physicality of race. However, his representation is that of an Asian god, because that is who he works with. He also works with anyone who wants and wishes to tap into the power that he has made available. The mythology of the Jade Emperor, it is believed that every dollar that comes to this world comes through his celestial bank account. It is also believed that he is the grandfather to our local universe. And it's inconsequential that when you are performing a ritual that you apply a physical prejudice or a fear of dislike because there is no similarity between the container that you are in and the deity that represents and ensouls the actual power that you wish to tap into. That is a foolish act of the human default program. So we want to work away from that, okay? Also, it is important to realize that the facts do not lie. When you work on a ritual and you see the result, there's something really interesting about a miracle or a very fortunate event. And you know what it is? It does not come with a drum roll. Doesn't come with preceding trumpets to announce the ushering in of the rearrangement of the forces that you are about to see that are showing up in your behest or to your advantage. It just happens. And as a result of the absence of the drum roll, we tend to shrug it off or not give it the credence that it deserves or the acknowledgement that it demands in order for you and your subconscious mind to fully accept what you have experienced. One of the things that I see on the $10 million bill, let's work with that. On the back, it says the Hell Bank Corporation. What happened was when the Chinese were printing Ancestor money, many of the neighboring creeds or the neighboring nationalities did not understand the practice of the Chinese burning ancestor monies to their ancestors. Now, the Chinese benefit because they follow the natural harmonics of keeping their ancestors hardy in the afterlife. Now, if you think about it, the natural scheme of things is for our parents to give birth to us, give us the things that we need, feed us, clothe us, house us, give us a good education, and teach us the tenets of living a good life. Then life begins to take a very interesting turn to where our parents, we have to take care of them, and hopefully we'll never send them to a old folks home. We will take care of them until they die. Now the caveat is when they cross over and when they die, they only release the body, but their consciousness is still more alive than ever, if not more so than before. So with that being said, they're moving into another dimension where they still depend on us to a certain degree, and they will have greater power to assist us in those worlds. Therefore, when we have an altar and we burn ancestor money, we are giving them power to get things in the human afterlife on the astral planes. And some of our ancestors unfortunately believed in formations of thought that are not real. Hell is one of them. The Christian hell of fire and brimstone is an astral formation of thought that is not a real place. The paradox is you can create it because you've generated enough and incorporated enough of your energy that you've built a place like that for you to inhabit for thousands of years. The Creator allows you to utilize your creative power, which is an emanation of His power, to experience whatever you wish. Therefore, with our ancestors who exist in these lower states, just because you have a gambling problem doesn't mean that the gambling problem is going to dissipate when your body goes back into Mother Earth or when it's set free. You still have that issue with you on the astral planes. Based on what you believe, you may take a great many impediments with you into the astral plane, into a world that you created that is very, very close to the fire and brimstone. But it is not a creation of the Creator. It is a creation of your own belief. And that is how powerful your ability to create is. So, with Ancestor Money, the Chinese were made fun of. Then they were disrespected. And they also said that you guys are sending that money to hell, and your ancestors are in hell and they'll never get out, and you guys are printing those hell notes. And they laughed at the Chinese. But the Chinese were so secure in the power of this ritual that despite the people that were making fun of them, they kept the name Hell Bank Note to slap the slanderer in the face with the certainty of the power that the Ancestor Money has in the ritual. They also know that the Jade Emperor lords over every single dollar that is burned and sent to the realms wherever the dearly departed are. That is the reason why the Hell Bank Corporation and Hell Notes is still printed on the Ancestor Money. It has nothing to do with making a deal with the devil. That is an erroneous, foolish misnomer. Also, I would like to address the power of the eights. If you look, you will see 8 getting bigger, 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 bigger here. Now, in Supreme Mathematics, 8 means build. And what you are building is a connection between your own personal power and the power that the ancestors are able to give you from their realm. 8 is also the year that you are in terms of numerology, and deducing it down to 1, 2015 equals 8. 8, as you all know, and if you don't know, is the universal sigil of infinite possibilities, infinite abundance. And that power is encoded many, many times over on this particular bill and some of the other notes that I do have. This is another one of them. If you look at this, this is a $500 billion bill, and you will see that 8 encoded in it. Ancestor Money is something that when I first learned about it, I went over and beyond the call of what I was taught. And I wanted to reach out to the Jade Emperor himself. So what I did was I started making offerings to him. And when he finally accepted my offerings, he pulled me out of my body, he observed me, and he gave me a gift. And that gift was every single dollar that Galighticus makes available to the public. When people get Ancestor Money from me or from Galighticus.com, he has personally accelerated the money to an extent where it is quantified many times over. And this is what results into the high traffic of testimonies that we have that show exactly how Ancestor Money works, why it works, and why we should use it. And this is why I can face you with the confidence of telling you that it will not only liberate you from the spirit of lack, but it will also emancipate the condition of any of your ancestors who are not in a good place. Remember, some of our dearly departed had very, very unhealthy thoughts in their brain and unhealthy conditions by which they lived by, and some very, very deep inculcation and indoctrination from religion. And they take those issues with them into the spirit world, and they need to be worked out of their awareness and consciousness and liberated into the factuality of what creation really is. So Ancestor Money allows you to do that. And it's not always just about the physicality of fiat currency. It is about abundance in all areas of your life and the life of your dearly departed who are in the ancestral realms. It doesn't matter if you're adopted or not. You can still send ancestor money to your ancestors, because the very fact that you are in a body means that you are a template and a child and a descendant of a very long line of beings who walk the planet that you are connected to. So it doesn't matter if you know any of your ancestors or not. The moment that you burn it, you watch it burn with the intention of it reaching your bloodline, it will reach them. Lastly, I'd like to say that sending ancestor money is not only relegated to your bloodline of ancestors. You may send it to the ancestors of anyone. You can send it to people that you know, that you cared about, who have crossed over. You can help them cross over by giving them the energy that they need to live in the astral planes or the human afterlife. The energy will help them to cross over, and it is a very loving act. Instead of participating in an empty, robotic, meaningless act, why not participate in a ritual that has real power? This is the beginning of turning yourself into a force to be reckoned with, and a very dynamic person who has real power. I'm Gano Grills for Galighticus.com, and I will see you on the next episode.